how do you've worked with lots of lawyers, how have the best ones added value to the private equity transactions, structuring, negotiating, documenting, and sort of living?
Well, I'd say in one sentence or so, the real difference between the great attorneys in this business are the ones who come to the table understanding what the business goal of the entrepreneur is and how to get you there, not only worrying about what I would broadly call the protective issues that are an inevitable part of a transaction.
John Solseth?
Yeah, I think that's right. Trying to get a deal done, there's a lot of hurdles, and a lot of the hurdles are always brought up by attorneys. I'm not a lawyer, so finding a lawyer that highlights what's really important, what's not. I would also a lawyer that's personable. For me, in an acquisition after a follow-on. The managers of the companies I buy, I like them to have a relationship with the lawyer so they can raise issues. There tends to be, in my world, a prevailing thing to avoid using lawyers, which usually results in greater problems.
John, you want to take
Well, the way I thought about it, was really trying to break it down to a simple equation. Be a deal maker, don't be a deal breaker. And what does that mean? It means, your job is to identify issues in the transaction, but don't just identify the issue and run away from it. If you identify the issue, present your client with 2, 3, 4 alternatives. The client ultimately will make the decision, and you can point out the pluses and minuses, but find a way to help your client make the deal.